Welcome to the Movies, pal. Your friendly neighborhood master Chaos, back with you once again. I hope you're well. You're looking okay. I know it's been a rough couple years, but thanks for hanging in there with me. Come on in. I'll cheer you up if you're having a bad day. If you're having a good day, I'll make it even better. Today, we're talking beautiful, exquisite women in the form of Barbara Steele. Specifically the film, An Angel for Satan. Before we go any further, no, Satan is not in this movie. Some might consider that a spoiler, but I gotta be upfront with you. Satan is not in this movie. It's kind of a metaphorical thing. Did I tell you how in love I was with this slip? Probably not, because we haven't really had a chance to talk. I'm in love with this slip. This is really, really nice. I love the artwork on this. And the back is sort of like what we've seen in the past with the credit block and just a little bit of artwork here and kind of a review. But it is the nice Vinegar Syndrome style slips. So again, don't worry. It looks like they're done with those crap paper ones that always got stuck. I love it. Fantastic. It just adds a little something, a little pop of class to that ass, as my grandma used to say. An Angel for Satan runs 92 minutes and is the sumptuous black and white gothic horror story about a cursed statue and the family that falls under that curse. The main target of the curse is Harriet, a young heiress played by the gorgeous Barbara Steele. She seemingly becomes possessed by the spirit of an ancestor and goes around breaking hearts throughout the small town. Something else we should address, you and I, since I got that whole Satan thing out of the way. This isn't a horror movie. It is not a horror movie. It styles itself kind of as a gothic horror movie, but no, it's not. It's really not. Think Yojimbo, except instead of turning gangsters against each other, it's a sexy woman turning men against each other while she seduces them in turn. If anything, it's a psychological thriller about a manipulative woman and the people she affects. The film does lead to some really tragic circumstances, which adds weight to the film's lackadaisical structure, and it ends up turning into something else. But don't worry, I won't spoil it here. Overall, not an exciting or creepy movie, but a very interesting film. It's a weird one. It's a good one, I'll say that. It's a good film, but it's not really what you expect it to be. And honestly, I'm not sure what I expected. I guess I was coming in expecting a gothic horror story. I was thinking ghosts, vampires, some zombies, something like that. And it's not that. It's not that at all. As a matter of fact, you will never predict what it's really about. And I won't spoil it here, don't worry. But just wanted to prepare you. If you haven't seen it yet, or you're thinking of getting it, it's not what you think it is, but it's not necessarily a bad movie either. Think of, I would say if you kind of look at it as a European New Wave kind of thriller, like Corbeau, if you're familiar with that film, something along those lines, then I think you're gonna be perfectly fine. But if you're coming in expecting, something like Hammer or anything with Christopher Lee in it, you're gonna be disappointed! I will say the print on here is fantastic. The restoration is fantastic. It's crisp, clear, beautiful, black and white. It looks amazing, immaculate, really, really good. Also, something to point out, because I know some of you care about this. Not that I do. I don't, in case my wife is watching. That's why I had to throw that in there. There is no nudity in the film, unfortunately, but I will say the weather is quite nipply. And I know you know what that means. An Angel for Satan is going to get 3 stars from me. It's just okay. It's not terrible. I don't regret buying it. It's just okay. I don't know that I can 100% recommend it. I think most people walking into this will expect kind of what I was expecting, and you'll walk away a little disappointed. I don't see a lot of people saying, "Oh wow, that was better than I thought," because it's not. I think anybody could imagine a better plot than what you get here, but that being said, I'm not knocking the film. I mean, 3 stars is high. I think it's a good film. Barbara is fantastic in it. All the performances are pretty good. It's a good-looking film. The sets are fantastic. The location is great. But it's not an eerie, creepy, gothic-y, black and white horror movie like I was looking for. So I think really more my expectations are really what's dampening this release. But the story itself is actually really interesting. Once you get to the last few minutes, you're like, wow, that's an interesting twist. I don't 100% buy it, but it's interesting. It's certainly more... well, I kind of wish they had leaned in one direction, but then they went in the other one. And I think the movie suffers a little bit from it. I don't know how often I'll be rewatching it, but most likely I'll be rewatching it again for the commentary track. I believe Kat Ellinger's on this. Yeah. Actually, there's 2 commentary tracks. Hell yeah. Kat Ellinger is one of them. And then you get a second commentary track with Barbara Steele and David Delval, who, for those of you who don't know, David is like a super expert. He's been around forever. He loves movies. He's got like encyclopedic knowledge. He's amazing. 2 commentary tracks on this movie. Holy shit. And you get a short film, which is called Barbara and Her Furs. Skip it. Skip it hard. It's the most pretentious thing I've ever seen in my life. No nudity, of course, so if that's all at home, maybe she's naked in this one. No, doesn't happen. But if you ever wanted to see Barbara Steele wearing, fur coats and then rolling around on other fur coats for 17 minutes, I think, there it is. That's the short for you. And then you get an interview with actor Vasily Karas from the film.
That's fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting.
If you like Barbara Steele, get it. She's awesome in it. She's fantastic in it, and the weather's quite nipply. If you're not really into black and white, kind of suspense dramas, don't. There you go. That's where we land with An Angel for Satan. Kind of a mixed bag, but I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I honestly, I was a little disappointed, and I think that's the one thing that really knocks the movie for me. Disappointment. But how can we not go in with expectations? We understand movies. We love movies, you and I. We love it. We get it. We expect, if we see a couple, okay, I expect a certain movie here. And you get it, but it's not as satisfying as you would want. Kind of, you know what I mean? And, is that a glass of Coke and you drink it like, oh no, it's just warm black tea. That's, black tea's good, but I wanted Coke. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay. Let's close the theater down. My friend, I love you. I always say that, and I always mean it. I love you just the way you are. Look over here. You see that? If you haven't subscribed yet, do me a favor. Subscribe. It means you and I get to do this again, talk about movies. I would love it. What an honor and a pleasure to do that. Please, 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 let's do that. And if you've already subscribed, leave me a thumbs up on your way out the Dizor, because, my friend, unfortunately, until we meet again, the theater is closed for now.